One morning, a young Japanese girl named Mai was walking to school. On the way, she happened to see another girl playing at the end of the street. For some strange reason, the girl was jumping up and down. Mai knew that the girl must be attending the same school as her because they were both wearing the same school uniform. When Mai got closer, she saw that the girl was jumping up and down on a manhole cover. Mai was puzzled. She wondered what the girl was doing. Why was she jumping up and down on the same spot like that? Was she insane? Was it a game? As she was jumping, Mai heard the girl muttering to herself, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3. As Mai passed by, she recognized the girl. It was Haruka, a quiet and strange girl in her class who was often the target of bullying. Sometimes the other girls in the class would just ignore Haruka. At other times, they would play cruel pranks on her. The teachers knew she was being bullied, but they just turned a blind eye and didn't bother getting involved. Realizing that school was starting in a few minutes, Mai hurried off, leaving the strange girl to her odd game. That day, in class, Mai noticed that there was an empty desk. Haruka hadn't shown up for school. All day, Mai wondered what the girl was up to. When the school bell rang, all the kids streamed out onto the street. Mai walked home and, on the way, she came across Haruka again. The girl was still in the same spot she had been that morning. She was still jumping up and down. Mai walked up to the girl and stopped right in front of her. The girl just kept jumping as if Mai wasn't there. She had a big smile on her face and was saying, 9, 9, 9, 9, 9. What are you doing? Asked Mai. Haruka didn't answer and just went on saying, 9, 9, 9, 9, 9. I asked you what you were doing, shouted Mai. The girl just ignored her and kept jumping up and down. Mai didn't particularly like or dislike the girl. She remembered calling the girl some cruel names in the past and bullying her along with her other classmates. Who do you think you are? Mai shouted. Answer me when I talk to you. Until that moment, Mai had never hated Haruka like the others did. But the sight of the girl enjoying herself so much and ignoring her so completely filled Mai with anger. You better tell me what you're doing, or you'll be sorry, warned Mai. The girl just went on jumping happily, as if she hadn't even heard Mai's warning. Suddenly, Mai lost her temper and pushed Haruka to the ground. My turn, said Mai, as she took the girl's place and stood on the manhole. Mai jumped up in the air, and, at that exact moment, Haruka reached out and removed the manhole cover. Mai fell straight down. The strange girl got to her feet and replaced the manhole cover. Then, with a big smile of satisfaction on her face, she started jumping up and down again. As she jumped, she said 10, 10, 10, 10, 10. There was a group of 6 friends, 3 guys and 3 girls, who went on vacation to Malaysia. They were all very happy because it was their first real holiday together as boyfriends and girlfriends. From Singapore, they took a plane to Redang Island, a large island off the coast of Malaysia. In the Malay language, it is called Pulau Redang. When they touched down on the island, they took a taxi to their hotel and started unpacking their things. That evening, they went down to the hotel bar and ordered some drinks. As they were chatting, they overheard the conversation of 2 old men at the other end of the bar. One man was telling his friend a very strange tale about another island nearby. "And now my friends are gone," he said. "All 4 of them. 2 disappeared completely and other 2 committed suicide. I rue the day we ever went to that wretched isle." The group of friends were very interested and listened intently to the old man's story. "They say the island is cursed," continued the old man. "It's shaped like a crescent moon and has the most beautiful beach you've ever seen. In the daylight, it looks tranquil and serene. But every single person who has set foot on its shore has suffered a terrible end. The man who first laid claim to the island was a Malaysian by the name of Chiming Megat. He built a shack on a rocky outcrop where he and his wife planned to live. Shortly afterwards, he was murdered by persons unknown and his body was found on the rocks, wrapped in a carpet. His wife drowned at sea. Years later, a married couple moved to the island with their servant girl. Soon, the husband fell in love with the servant and they began an affair. When the wife found out, the husband and the servant girl hung themselves from a tree and committed double suicide, which was never quite explained. The wife's boat overturned when she tried to leave the island and her body was never recovered. The 6 friends were intrigued by the strange story, and the next day, they decided to visit the cursed island. However, they found it difficult to hire a boat that would take them there. Most of the boat captains they asked refused to go near the island and others would not even speak about it. Eventually, they found a local fisherman who agreed to take them to the island if they paid him $300. That day, at noon, the 6 friends gathered at the dock and boarded the little fishing boat. For some of them, it would be the last time they were seen alive. 10 days later, there was a front-page story in all of the Malaysian newspapers. Police are searching for 6 young people who disappeared from Redang Island. Their whereabouts is still unknown. There were